Any redirect?
No, Judge. Thank
You can step down. Thank you, sir. The state can call their next witness.
The state calls Flanigan.
Okay. Hello, sir. How are you? Just watch your step, if you don't mind. You just put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will, just lost my train of thought. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that everything you will testify here to today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. Once you're seated and comfortable, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
So, Craig Flanigan Senior, F-L-A-N-N-I-G-A-N.
Okay. Prosecutor, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Where are you currently employed?
I am the Monmouth County Fire Marshal.
And what does the Monmouth County Fire Marshal's office do?
We are responsible for all the county facilities, fire prevention. We also do fire academy. We do fire investigations. We do fire coordination.
Now, how long have you been the Monmouth County Fire Marshal?
Since January 5th of this year.
Okay. And how long have you worked for the County Marshal's office?
Since 2022.
What specifically did you do there prior to becoming the County Fire Marshal?
When I was hired, I was a fire investigator for a year, and then I was promoted to Deputy Fire Marshal.
What are your specific responsibilities and duties as the County Fire Marshal right now?
The same as the municipality, I'm responsible for making sure that the county buildings are inspected, enforcing the Uniform Fire Code. We do fire investigations, fire coordinations with mutual aid departments and the Fire Academy.
Right. Now, were you also employed at another agency?
Up until Monday night, I was the fire marshal in Ocean Township Fire District 1 as well.
Okay. And how long were you with the Ocean Township Fire District? And is it one you said?
One district, yes.
Okay. How long were you with them?
In 2010, I was hired as an inspector. In 2017, I was promoted to fire marshal.
Okay. So I just want to talk about the Ocean Township Fire Districts. How many are there? And I know we've heard testimony on this, but just refresh us.
2.
There's 2. What are they?
District 1 and District 2, one of Masters District 2. That's the south section of town, where District 1, which is the north section, and the western side.
And you were the fire marshal for District 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do each of them have a fire department?
They do.
And do they each have their own fire marshal?
Yes.
Were you the fire marshal for District 1 back in 2018?
Yes.
All right. And generally speaking, what were your duties and responsibilities in that role?
Same as the other ones. Responsible for Uniform Fire Code, fire investigations, and assisting anywhere we need to assist with fire departments.
When you say you were responsible for fire investigations, what specifically do you mean?
Anytime there's a fire in town or our district, I'm responsible for making sure either I do the investigation or making sure somebody does the investigation that's qualified.
So anytime there was a fire district in the township of Ocean, would you as the fire marshal respond?
A fire, yes, or I would have somebody do it if I wasn't available.
And would you or that person conduct some sort of an investigation at the scene of the fire?
Yes.
All right. Are there a couple different types of investigations that could occur for fires?
Yeah, we do. It's in stages.
Okay. So is there something called a preliminary investigation?
Yeah.
What is that?
So what we do is, for instance, how I operate. As I'm responding, I'm listening to what's going on. If I can hear the call, to figure out, determine where the fire is and who's there and what they're doing. And then once I get there, I'll do a preliminary scene investigation, which includes brief interviews with firefighters, first responders, any occupants that were there, whether it be the homeowner or the owner of the vehicle that was on fire, whatever it may be. I'll do a quick assessment to determine whether or not I'm going to do it, and that's based on the amount of damage. If there's an injury to the firefighter or a civilian, or if I think that there's something that doesn't look right.
Okay. So the preliminary investigation, that's something, just to be clear, is that something that always takes place anytime you would respond to the scene of a fire?
Fire investigators do things a little different on each thing. We all follow what we call NFPA 921. That is our guide for fire investigations. And within there is a section that describes how we do initial assessments. How deep each investigator does it is kind of their thing. But once we get to that determination that we're going to write that investigation, then we start our origin and cause.
Okay, so there's a preliminary investigation that's done, it sounds like. And is that to determine who is going to handle the origin and
Yes.
cause investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who could handle the origin and cause investigation?
So at the municipal level, it's either us locally, or if we think it's out of our expertise, then we go up to the Monmouth County, or we go to County Fire Marshal's office.
Okay, so what is the difference? What is a cause and origin investigation? How is that different from the preliminary investigation?
The cause and origin is to determine how the fire started and where the fire started. Right. What I'm doing as far as the preliminary goes is just to get a quick assessment as to if I think I have the expertise to do that particular fire.
Understood. Now, in addition to your current title, do you hold any other titles?
I am I'm a volunteer, also with the Oak Ridge Fire Department and AMT
Okay, and how long have you done that?
since 1992.
You indicated that you worked for the Ocean Township Fire District 1 since 2010.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where were you employed prior to that?
I was a civilian firefighter with Fort Monmouth, and then I went to Picatinny Arsenal after they closed, unfortunately. And then I was also a fire instructor with Monmouth County for a couple of years, and I was also, while I was at Fort Monmouth, I was assigned to their fire academy as well on a needed basis.
I want to draw your attention back to November of 2018, November 20th specifically. Do you recall that date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and were you the fire marshal in District 1 at that time?
Yes.
What, if any, notifications did you receive at approximately 5:02 a.m.?
The fire department was dispatched to a fire alarm with a smoke condition. And being a volunteer firefighter, I also have that same communication, so that's how I was notified.
How were you notified?
Via fire pager.
Your pager? Okay, and specifically, where were you when you were notified?
I believe I was home.
What information did you receive over your pager?
The address and the nature of incident,
And what was the address?
27 Tilton Drive.
As a result of that notification, did you respond somewhere?
I responded to the scene.
Of 27 Tilton?
Yeah, to do
And just to
fire.
be clear, was it in your capacity as the fire marshal?
Yes,
Okay. About what time did you arrive on scene?
I think it was 5:30.
Right, do you recall how you were dressed?
No,
What type of vehicle were you driving?
Chevy Tahoe.
Okay. When I asked you about...
I'm sorry, sir, Suburban.
Okay. When I asked you about recalling how you were dressed, were you wearing fire gear or plain clothing?
Doing the investigation, I was wearing my turnout pants, my helmet, and a T-shirt.
Understood. Okay.
What did you say? Turnout pants?
Yes. Yes.
What-
So
what does
our
that mean?
Firefighting gear.
Okay.
That we go into fight fires.
Okay.
I just had my pants on. I didn't have my coat on.
Okay, so it's the baggier type
Yeah.
pants. Okay, that has reflectors on it? Okay. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that we all understood what that meant.
Sorry.
Or at least I did. You guys may already know. All right, go ahead.
When you arrived on scene, what, if any, fire departments were already there?
Oakhurst was there. Warner Massa was there. And I believe at some point Neptune Unexcelled Fire Department arrived. That's our rapid intervention team.
Were there any law enforcement officers on scene when you arrived?
Ocean Township.
Can you describe the structure of 27 Tilton Drive?
It's a two-story single family, attached garage with a basement.
Did you have occasion to make any further observations of 27 Tilton Drive as time went on while you were at the scene?
I started my exterior examination. Is that what you're...
Okay, so did you, at some point while you were on the scene, did you make observations of the outside of the house?
Yes.
How about the inside of the house?
Yes,
Okay, at some point, did you take photos?
I did.
Okay, and then later on, did you learn, or were you on scene when forensic officers arrived?
Yes.
And did you see them taking photos as well?
Yes.
Okay, were their photos a little bit later in time than yours?
Yes.
When it was lighter out? Yes? You have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
answer.
I'm sorry, yes.
Now, what is a command post?
Command post is the staging area where the person who's running the fire scene, and that's the area where all the mutual aid and all the firefighters go to get their assignments.
Where was the command post set up on this scene?
That was the driveway just south. If you're looking at the house, it was to the right, the neighbor's driveway.
Showing counsel, what's been marked as S12. I'm sorry, not S12, it's actually S1A, slide 12. And now I'm showing it to the witness. Sir, do you recognize this?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
That is 27 Tilton, and that's the neighbor's driveway.
Judge, permission to publish?
Yes, Ken. How about we do this? If you're going to show more than one picture, just ask counsel if she has any issue with, I'm Mr. Murray, I assume it's Ms. Meslin? Okay. But just ask, so you don't have to show it every single time. And I'll also say if there's no issue, just at the end, when you go through any pictures that you have, at that point in time, you can ask if they fairly and accurately depict. You don't have to ask it every single time. Considering if we're publishing them and the defense counsel does not have an objection, we don't need to do that every single time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Judge, yeah, just for the record, if the state wants to just show me, generally the photos, like photos of the house or photos this particular witness took, I have no objection to the state just publishing them.
Okay.
I've seen them, so.
Okay, great. Thank you. Did you hear that, Ms. Wallace?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Sir, do you recognize this photo?
Yes, ma'am.
What are we looking at here?
That is 27 Tilton Drive, and that's the neighbor's driveway. That's where the command post was.
That's where the command post was set up?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. When you initially arrived on scene, what was the first thing that you did?
I went to the command post and spoke with the fire chief, Michael Fiorentino.
And did you learn anything that would have assisted you or that did assist you in your investigation?
He let me know that the main body of fire was knocked down. The fire crews were still doing some overhaul, and they were trying to ventilate the building.
While you were at the command post speaking with the chief, who approached you?
Somebody approached me, and they wanted me to go over to the garage,
Okay,
show
and
me something.
do you know why?
At that particular moment, I had something about a gas can.
Okay,
Yeah.
what did you do?
I continue with my examination.
Okay, and tell us about your preliminary investigation.
So I hit all four sides first, normally. In this situation, I did the same thing. I got out of the car. Before I went to command post, I looked at the front of the house, that's side one. Went to command post. He told me where the fire was, which was in the back of the southeast corner. So I walked up the driveway. As I did, I looked at the south side of the house, which is side two. Walked around the back of the house. Obviously, that's where the main body of fire was, southeast corner. As I examined that, at that point, I was approached again. If that's what you're...
Okay. Who were you approached by?
A police officer, Ocean Town's police officer. And it
Do you know
just
what the
reminded me...
purpose-
I'm sorry.
Do you know what the purpose of that was?
To remind me that they wanted me to go to the garage.
Okay, and what did you do at that point?
I finished what I was doing, and that being the last side of the house I had to go to anyway, that's where I was going. So I went to the south side of the house, which is the garage.
Okay, so you go to the garage area. Let me just ask you, backing up for a second, when you were over by the southeast corner of the house, did you see any damage over there?
Yeah, there was damage from the ground all the way to the attic.
Okay, and specifically, where was the damage located on the house?
Southeast corner exterior wall,
Okay, was it high, low, something else?
from the ground all the way up to the second story eave.
Do you know what rooms were right above where that damage was?
I believe it was the master bedroom.
The master bedroom?
Master bedroom, yes.
Now, you indicated you went over to the garage. What specifically did you observe over there?
The garage, there was a gas can on the ground. It was laying on its side with a burnt or a melted tip. The garage door was open. There was some damage. Looking at the garage, there was two garage doors. And the garage door to the left, which was closest to the backyard, had some damage at the base of it. And to the left of the door and up the side fascia, had some burn marks. And there was, they pointed me to there was two cars behind me, two white vehicles, and there was a black smudge on one of the hoods, the car closest to the pool.
Closest to where?
To the pool, the backyard.
Okay, so if you're facing the garage, how many bays are there?
There was two.
So closest to which garage bay?
Left.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
I think it was a Porsche.
Okay, what color?
White. They were both white.
After you examined that particular area, what, if anything, did you do?
At that point, I asked if there was where the occupants were, so I can ask them some questions. That's a normal procedure.
When you say occupants, are you referring to the homeowners of
The people
27?
the people who were in the house, yeah.
Did you learn where they were at that point?
They pointed me down towards the end of the driveway.
Okay, and what did you do?
I was looking for one of the people who owned the house. I found Mr. Caneiro.
Okay. Were you looking for, like, any one of the homeowners in particular? Why did you want to speak with them?
Just so see what happened, see if they knew what was going on, how the fire started, and any ideas.
Did you have a conversation with Mr. Caneiro at that
I did.
point? How did that come about?
I asked, when I ran up to him, I asked him if I can ask him a couple questions. He had no problem with that. He was very informative. I asked him how the fire started. He didn't know. And the other questions rolled into, he explained to me that he went to bed around 6, he went to bed around 6, upstairs in the spare bedroom. About 11 o'clock, he came down to take some medicine. And he went back upstairs. At some point during that night, he came back downstairs to to work on the computer, and then he went back upstairs.
Did you specifically ask him, was he referring to the night before?
I asked him what, I didn't write down that question, I don't remember, but it alluded to that. I asked him what were you doing when the fire came in.
And what did he say?
I said he woke up to the smoke alarms, and he ran to the master bedroom to get his wife, and then the other bedrooms to get the girls out. And they all went downstairs out the garage.
And did he make any other statements about what he did that morning?
At that point, he said after everyone got out, he went back through the front door to get his car.
When so just to be clear, he tells you he goes to bed the night before at 6 p.m.?
Yes,
And that he woke up at what time?
11.
To do what?
Take some medicine.
Okay. And then I think you indicated he said he woke up a second time?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he give you the time, was he able to give you the time that he woke up the second time? I think you said he went downstairs.
Yes.
Did he say to do what?
Work on the computer.
Okay, and then you indicated he said he went back upstairs?
Yes.
Was he able to give you a time that he went back upstairs?
No.
Okay, did you ask?
I probably did, yeah.
After you spoke with Mr. Caneiro, what did you do?
I continue with my interior investigation.
How did you make entry into the house?
Front door.
When you went in the house, what did you observe?
I start to the right, and I went into the living room. Main body of fire, the damage was in the back southeast corner, which was just inside from the back of the house. Towards the front, there wasn't a lot of fire damage, more smoke and heat. As I walked through the living room towards the back southeast corner, I was walking and made a left, now back towards the kitchen. Not a lot of fire damage in there, just smoking water. And then I continued left again, now facing the front door in that center hallway. And I was going to go downstairs into the basement.
Into the basement. Did you go in the basement?
I did.
Okay, how did you describe how you got down there?
I used the interior stairs, which was right underneath the second story stairs. And I believe it was right across from the bathroom that was on the first floor.
As you went into the basement, what, if anything, did you notice?
There was a lot of smoke still, obviously. Not a lot of fire damage on that side. It was split into, the basement was split, finished and unfinished. And I came down into the finished section. Again, a lot of smoke, not too much fire damage on that side, a lot of smoke and water. And then I walked through the opening to go into the unfinished side. And that's where the heavy fire damage was, on the southeast corner of that area.
The southeast corner?
Yes.
All right, can you describe your observations of that corner?
That corner, it was stacked on shelves. I believe it was like bins or some kind of clothes and things like that. I didn't really dig too deep into it. It was shelving on that corner with a lot of damage. As I turned left, there was a workbench, and then on the right, I believe there was some electronic equipment on that side, or some other shelving on that side.
What, if any, windows did you notice?
There was a window well on the southeast corner along the back wall, over the shelving that was there. Yeah.
Do you recall if that window was intact, not intact, something else?
I don't.
Can you take us through the rest of your investigation of the basement, specifically where you went and what your observations were?
At that point, there was a door. The door that's divided the finished and unfinished side one was kind of hanging and one was actually on the ground. So I moved that door to see what was underneath it. And then from there, I repositioned the door where it was, where I thought it was, to determine fire patterns, to see whether there was fire pattern on the unfinished side versus more on the finished or unfinished side. All the fire damage was on the interiors, unfinished side.
Aside from that door, did you touch anything else in the basement?
I don't recall.
At the conclusion of your preliminary investigation, what did you do?
I went, at that point, when I put the door, I put the door back where I found it, and I determined that I was not going to right this fire.
Why?
Mostly because of the damage, and there was also because of what I found at the garage, and obviously the amount of damage that was on the exterior southeast corner. I just felt at that point it was past my expertise.
Okay. And who are you going to refer it to?
Monmouth County Fire Marshal's Office.
And specifically, when you say that, is that to then follow up and do the cause and origin investigation?
Yes.
Once you exited the residence, what, if any, requests did you make?
I had the fire chief call the radio room via the radio and asked him to have the on-call fire marshal respond.
Did you speak with any other homeowners at that point?
At that point, I believe I spoke with Mrs. Caneiro, and that was on the neighbor's porch just south of the house. And I believe one of the daughters, my notes say Marissa.
And without telling us anything that they might have said, why did you want to speak with them?
See if they had any information. It could help me.
Did you get any information from them?
They didn't know how the fire started.
Did there come a time when you had a second conversation with Mr. Caneiro?
Right after that.
After what?
Right after I spoke with Mrs. Caneiro.
Okay. And approximately how long was that second conversation with Mr. Caneiro from the first conversation?
30 minutes, roughly.
Specifically, how did that conversation take place and how did it come about?
He was in his vehicle on this, parked in front of the house. And I walked up to the passenger door. His car was facing north, so I was right on the curb was the passenger door. I just leaned over and said, "You might ask some questions?" And he said, "Yes, no problem." So at that point, I did.
Just to be clear, you say his car was parked in front of the house. Where specifically was the car?
I remember it was in front of the neighbor's house,
Okay, so if you're facing the house, which direction?
to the left.
To the, if you're facing the house,
To the left, south.
south.
Yep.
South would be to the right.
I'm sorry, to the right. Yeah, I went to Ocean schools. So.
Okay.
There's a lot of teachers who are going to be mad at you right now. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
What kind of car was he in when you spoke to him?
I don't know.
Do you recall if anybody was in the car when you approached?
He was in the passenger. He was in the driver's seat, and there was people in the back seat.
Okay, who was in the back seat?
I believe the girls were in the back seat.
When you say the girls, who are you referring to?
I'm the daughters.
That's who you believed it to be?
Yeah.
Was there anybody in the front passenger seat?
No, there was not.
Okay. How did the conversation come about?
I asked if I can ask a couple more questions.
Okay. And what was his response?
Sure.
Okay.
He didn't give me any problem at all.
How did you ask him those questions? Where were you when you were asking those
So
questions?
it was raining, and either he asked me or I asked to get in the car, so we could get out of the weather. And I asked him just a couple of questions. Again, at that point, I asked him. There were security cameras. I said the cameras work, and he said no, they weren't working. I said,
Hold on a
"Okay."
second. I want to ask you
Okay.
a couple more questions about that. So
sorry.
you get in the passenger seat of the car with Mr. Caneiro. What happens to the people in the back seat?
He asked them to get out.
Okay. Did he say why?
No.
So he asked them to get out when you got in? Okay. Tell us about your conversation now. Specifically, tell us what you asked him and then his responses.
So based on what I saw, this is part of my process. I was aware that there were some security cameras. I asked him were they working. He said no. Again, I asked him if he knew how the fire started. He said no. At that point, we started talking about the basement really quick. I just asked him if there was any outlets in the area, that southeast corner of the basement. And at that point, I was just kind of determined if there any heat sources. That's kind of what we do. He said nothing in that south corner. He believed that a little further up that back wall in the center was an outlet. I had asked him if there was anything plugged in. He felt maybe there was a printer plugged in. I asked him when the last time he was in the basement. If I recall, he said 4 o'clock the day before.
Did you ask him if he was aware of the gas can by the garage?
I did.
What was his response?
He said he was not aware of the gas can.
Did you ask him if he owned any gas cans?
I did.
What was his response?
I had 5 or 6.
Did he say where?
The shed.
Did you ask him anything else about the shed?
I asked him when the last time he was in the shed, and he couldn't remember.
Did you ask him any questions about anything else over by that area of the garage?
I asked him about the smudge on the car. And
What was his response?
he wasn't aware of that either.
Okay. And did you indicate which car you were talking about when you spoke to him?
I don't know if I broke the 2 cars down. If I did, it was, I would have said it was that car, but the car closest to the pool, but I'm not sure if I broke it down.
Did you ask him any other questions?
I was told that he burned his hands. So I asked, he burned his hands? He just said no. I hit him on the door when he was going through the front door.
One hand or two hand? Do you remember what he said?
I don't. He just said I didn't burn my hands. Yeah.
Do you recall his specific words?
About the burns?
About anything. Do you recall what specifically he told you when you asked him about his hands? Do you recall word for word, verbatim?
He
what
just said
said?
I didn't burn my hands. I hit him on the front door, or when I was leaving the house or walking in the house. I'm not sure. Something.
You're not sure? Okay,
Not
if I
sure.
showed you your report, would that refresh your
Yes,
recollection?
ma'am, it would.
Let me ask you, sir, did you write a report after this particular preliminary investigation?
Supplemental report, yes.
Okay, I'm showing counsel has been marked as S-86. Sir, I'm going to refer your attention to page 3. Actually, I should ask you, how many pages is this report?
Okay. One, 2, 3, 5.
5 pages? Okay. I'm going to refer your attention specifically to page 3 of your report.
Just confirming, that is your report, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, just making sure.
I'm going to ask you to start reading this paragraph right here
Sure.
to yourself, and then when your memory is refreshed.
Yes, ma'am.
What specifically did Mr. Caneiro say to you about his hand?
He said he hit his hand on the front door. When he was walking through it.
I'm sorry?
When he was walking through it.
Okay, I can take that back from you. Did you speak to any neighbors while on scene?
Yes, I went across the street. I'm not sure of the address. I spoke with Mr. Harrington.
Across the street?
Yes.
Okay. When did the Monmouth County Fire Marshal arrive on scene?
I don't know exactly what time, but probably within 30 minutes or so.
And what was his name?
Chris DeBarian.
Did you brief him on your observations of what had occurred thus far?
Yes.
And ultimately, did you turn the scene over to the County Fire Marshal?
Yes.
Did Oakhurst and yourself in particular remain on scene?
We stayed on scene as support. So I left about 12:30.
And, okay, did you have any more to do with this incident after you left the scene, aside from writing your report?
The only time I went back was to assist the police department with some generators. And that was just me and the fire chief, Chris Sorrentino.
Okay. Do you recall when that was?
I think we did it twice. It was the day after. I think we were there twice. And it was just to run an extension cord. We didn't go in the house or anything like that. We just ran the cords. That's it.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Cross?
Can we approach?
Yeah, sure. Feeling strong?
Yes.
I like to hear. All right, we'll now start the cross-examination. Ms. Massalone, when you're ready.
Judge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, what I want to start with is I received a few different reports. So if I showed them to the prosecutor. I just want to approach and confirm whether or not these are your reports. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to start with actually S86. This is the one that the prosecutor already.
That's mine.
Yeah, this is yours, right?
Yes.
And it says at the bottom the date of the report is
11/28 of 2018.
Okay, so this was written about 8 days
Yes, ma'am.
later. Okay.
It's finalized 8 days later, yes.
Okay. And then there's another report here. It says completed by, so that's why I'm asking you about it, but is this your report or is this something different?
So this is the fire department's NIFRS report. This is what they document all of their incidents, where the incident was, when it was, what the disposition was, who was there. This CAD information, we have an integrated system with the county dispatch communication computer, and it just dumps all of the communications that the dispatcher is processing throughout whatever incident it is.
Okay, so this was D80, by the way, and you're saying this is basically a CAD report for the fire
Yes.
department.
Yep.
And the completed, reviewed by,
It was me, yeah.
meaning you did what in relation to the CAD?
In our department, I am responsible for the NIFRS reports as well as what I do.
What's the report called?
A NIFRS report, it's a national reporting system that goes into FEMA, into the state. They just want to collect data nationally.
Okay.
And in order for us to be eligible for grants and other things, we have to make sure that we have this data and we throw it to them every quarter. That's what we do.
All right, and what's it called one more time?
NIFRS, National Reporting Incident System.
Okay, it's just the first letters and
Right,
acronym.
just an acronym, yeah.
And
All
so
right, great, thank
you didn't write all this stuff out personally,
this
you
is-
just reviewed it?
Yes, this is the CAD information, so the dispatcher at 911, where, as the incident was going on, they update the CAD, and this gets dumped in.
Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside now. And then we have, this is marked D83, and it has your name on it. So just briefly, is this your report from, what is this?
So this is, can I take it?
Yeah.
Thank you. So what I did, I've never been in this situation before. This is the first trial that I've been involved with in my years of doing this.
So then let me ask you this before you say more.
This is
Is
just
this something that you wrote specifically for this case?
Yes.
And when did you write it?
Right after I was contacted by the prosecutor's office that we were going to have a pre-trial meeting.
Okay, got it. All right. So this was written more recently.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what about this one? This is D82.
Okay.
And it has your signature
Yeah,
on it.
so my signature was after the fact. That was a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. This should not have been part of this packet, and I'll explain what this is. So when I was prepping to meet with Mrs. Wallace and Mr. Decker, I had never been in this situation. I had no idea what my report was going to be used for. I wasn't sure if I was going to be used as an expert witness or just an informational witness. So what I did was I threw my report into an AI, and I had it generate questions for me based on what my report said. And that's all that was, because I had no idea what I was about to enter. So I was just kind of having it ask me some questions and determine how my report could be seen in other different ways. So that's what
Okay,
that is.
so let me understand this then. You took your original report, which was S86.
Yes, ma'am.
You uploaded it to a chat GPT,
Yep.
and then you asked it, what was the prompt? You asked it to do what to create this?
My prompt, I don't remember what the prompt was exactly, but it was something along the lines of, if you were a defense attorney, how would you review my supplement report? And all those popped out. Yeah.
Okay, so you prepared this in anticipation of potentially being cross-examined? Is that what you were saying?
To a degree, yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay, and then you gave it to the prosecutor?
I didn't mean to give it to the prosecutor. Yeah, that way, when I went to the meeting, I gave her another report, not because it was so long ago. I had no idea what they had and what they didn't have. So I gave her a copy of my report, and this was in the packet that I gave her. Yeah.
Okay, it has your name on it, though,
After the fact,
right?
yes. After the fact, I believe she had found it and said, "Is this yours?" I said, "Yeah." So there was no marking on it, so she had me sign it for me to confirm that it was actually my piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for clarifying.
Okay.
So, when you arrived on scene, you were called to the scene. Do you recall approximately what time you got there?
About 5:30.
Around 5:30.
Yes, ma'am.
And your report indicates that it was around 5:25. Does that sound right?
Sure.
Approximately 5:30. And it also indicates that upon your arrival, it was reported to you that the main fire had been extinguished.
Yep,
Would that be accurately reflected in your report?
yes.
Okay. And it also indicates that you met with a patrol officer, Officer Marino,
At some point, yes,
and wanted to show you the suspicious items at the garage.
yes.
Okay. And you kind of explained already to the jury how that, you were doing your exterior examination and eventually you circled your way around to that area. In the midst of that, you ended up speaking with Mr. Caneiro twice,
Yes, ma'am.
and both times you said he gave you no problems.
No problems.
You said he was very informative,
Yes,
and you also said that he basically was cooperative.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. He wasn't evasive or anything like that with you, was he?
No, it wasn't.
And he answered your questions.
Yes, he did.
And when you spoke with him, or you mentioned you also spoke to a neighbor, Jonathan Harrington, at
Yeah,
some
that was
point?
later, yes.
That was later, okay. And essentially, your role here was just you were the Ocean Township Fire Marshal
For the fire district.
for the Fire District 1.
Yes,
This is a house residential fire,
yes,
and so it would be common practice for you to respond to this fire.
yes,
Okay. And eventually you became aware that additional agencies were called to the scene, right?
yes,
I mean, at the time that you first got there at 5:30, there were patrol officers
yes,
and there were fire trucks and other first responders.
yes.
And then later, additional officers, detectives from Ocean Township arrived.
I know one detective, yes.
Was that
On
Detective
call.
Brady?
Yes, it was, he on call, yes.
Okay. And the prosecutor's office eventually responded too, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Because you said you were there until like noonish.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
And also the county fire marshal that you called out, right?
Yes,
And you mentioned on direct that someone had told you that Mr. Caneiro had a burn mark on his hand,
yes,
and that you asked him about it,
yes,
but he said he hit it on something.
yes,
And you took his word for it, you said?
yes, ma'am.
So did you look at his hand to kind of assess for yourself whether...
I believe when I asked the question and he answered, I was probably looking at his hands, yeah, but we were in the car and I didn't examine his hands in any way, no.
Okay. So I'm going to show you again what was marked as D82.
Okay,
And I have a question about it because here, this is what you signed, right? This was the AI report
Yep.
that you were accepting for preparation,
I was just using it as a resource.
using it as a resource.
Yep.
Because this says, Paul gave inconsistent statements. He had an unexplained burn on his hand and claimed I'm just going to read this first part. I don't
Okay.
think. He had an unexplained burn on his hand.
Okay.
Are you accepting that as part of your testimony? Like, why is that written there, or are you not agreeing with that? That was the AI.
Well, it's not to disagree or agree. This is what it punched out, and that's what I read. But as far as his hands go, I didn't examine his hands, so I took his word for it. Yeah. So
then he wouldn't be giving an inconsistent statement, right?
I didn't say he gave me
Objection.
assistance.
I'm not even sure if this is an AI pushing it out. He's not saying anything.
I didn't. Oh, sorry.
So I'm not sure what the question is. The AI generated these responses to your question,
Yes, sir.
so it's not him saying it. So I sustain the objection.
So that's my question. So when we received this, you're not agreeing with this. These are not your words.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with it. I just use it as a resource.
You're not disagreeing with the fact that Paul gave an inconsistent statement? Objection.
I don't think he gave me an inconsistent statement.
He answered it.
Sir, if this says he gave an inconsistent statement, and you just said, I don't think he gave an inconsistent statement, that would mean you disagree with this, correct?
It's an AI statement. It is irrelevant what the AI statement, it's an AI statement, it's irrelevant. I'm sustaining the objection. He just told you that this is not his words. It came from a computer. So it's not something that he is saying. It's not even his report. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Judge,
Okay,
can
so-
Can we approach, please?
Sure. To be clear, that is sustained. We'll move on.
Okay, so the main report was S86, correct? That you saw?
Yes, ma'am.
The AI report, you're not accepting, right? Okay. Now, when you were on scene, so circling back to the hand injury, so was it your impression then that Mr. Caneiro was being truthful and honest with you when he said he hit it on something?
I took his word for it. Whether he was being honest with me or not, I have no idea.
Would that be relevant to your investigation?
At that point?
Yes.
No.
Sir, you did mention the NFPA, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the NFPA 921 is, what did you say about it again?
That is our guide that we use to conduct investigations.
Fire
It's-
investigations,
yeah,
right?
Scientific method, it's 7 steps that we follow.
And there's indicators of an incendiary fire in the NFPA 921,
There is.
correct?
Yes, there is.
And, I have just one moment. Okay. Sir, I'm holding up a book. Do you recognize this as the NFPA 921?
Yes, 24 edition.
And to be clear, did you rely on this in conducting your preliminary investigation in this case?
I use it as a reference, yeah.
Okay. And there's a chapter on incendiary fires, correct?
Yes.
And those chapters of incendiary fires, one of the things is multiple fires, correct?
Multiple points, yes.
Okay, and in this case, we had that, right?
I identified 2 spots. Obviously, the back section of the house was an obvious fire. What I found at the garage, I have no idea if that fire was that day or if that fire was from 3 years ago.
So when you were on scene and Officer Marino showed you the garage area
Yep.
with the gas can right there and the burn mark on the car and like the fire marking on the garage,
Yes.
they didn't tell you like this, we just put this fire out, this was a second source of the fire?
No.
He never said that it was a burn mark on the car. He said it was a black smudge. So just to be clear as to your question, that's not what he said. So we should just be careful with what we ask. Go ahead. Your answer was what? I want to be clear for the jury. What was your answer?
Wait, can you repeat that question, please?
When Officer Marino showed you the fire area near the garage with the gas can laying right there, as well as the smudge on the car, and whatever else you saw in that area, wasn't it indicated to you that this was just a fire that they just put out?
I don't remember them saying that they put the fire out. It was obviously, there was some fire damage that I saw at the bottom of the garage door and a melted tip on the gas can.
Okay, and you're there to investigate the fire, right?
I'm there to determine what happened.
That's probably something they would have told you if it happened that day. Would you
Probably.
agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so multiple fires, there's one by the garage and one by the back corner of the house that would fit within a potential indicator of an incendiary fire, correct?
Well, 2 points of origin, what 2 points of fire would lead us to determine that there were 2 separate fires. Whether they were incendiary, that doesn't, there's no way for me to know that at that point.
It's one factor according to the NFP9, do you agree with this? And if not,
So-
I can show you.
No, I know what NPA says. What I'm trying to tell you is incendiary means somebody set it on purpose. I have no idea if either one of those fires was set on purpose. So incendiary was not in my brain right now.
Sir, when you got there, it was a crime scene, correct? There was crime scene tape and officers.
I don't remember crime scene. There may be scene security tape to stop people from walking by, but whether it's crime scene or not, that's not what I do.
Okay, so when you saw the crime scene tape, did you ask, what are we investigating here?
No. No,
You didn't ask that?
No. No. If there was crime scene, you mean talking about the yellow tape?
Correct.
Yeah, yellow tape is used at every fire scene to secure the scene. Doesn't mean it's a crime scene.
Did the officers explain to you that the reason that they put the crime scene tape, or the tape up, was to preserve the crime scene area, which had the gas can and the smudge marks on the car and things of that nature? Did they explain that to you?
That's why the caution tape was up? No, they didn't explain that.
They didn't explain that to you. Okay, so you're there to investigate the fire, but they didn't explain that to you. Back to the NFPA, the incendiary fire, which as you indicated is an intentionally set fire, right? And there's a chapter, it's chapter 23, and it describes what factors you can consider when determining whether a fire is potentially incendiary, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We already discussed one of those factors. Another factor is the presence of ignitable liquids in an area of origin. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And in this case, there was a gas can with gasoline left in it. Are you aware of that?
I believe that there was, what I was told, that there was some fluid in the can. We
Okay.
did not know how much.
Okay. Some fluid in the can, right? So what we have is the presence of ignitable liquids in the area. Yes or no?
That could be water in the can as far as I'm concerned.
It could be water in the can. Oh, okay. So the fact that there's a gasoline can with a burnt nozzle, does that indicate to you that there's a presence of ignitable liquids in the area?
No.
Okay. And what about, did you have an opportunity to, you said you did an exterior investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you notice the well window by the basement?
I knew that there was a window in
Okay.
that area.
You were, that it was broken?
I don't remember if it was broken or not.
You don't remember seeing during your exterior examination whether, and that's where the fire was, right, in the basement?
I don't know if the fire started in the basement or the fire started outside. I didn't do the investigation. All I can tell you is that I identified fire damage on the exterior and the fire damage on the interior of the house in that area.
Okay. Another indication is burn injuries. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're investigating whether a fire is intentionally set, one of the things you look at is whether there are any injuries of burn, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And here you have information that Mr. Caneiro may have a burn mark on his, or burn on his hand, and you ask him about it. Yes or no?
Yes.
And when you did, he says to you, no, it wasn't a burn, it's not a burn, I hit it on something, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you or did you not inspect his hand at that point in time?
Objection. Asked and answered.
I'll allow it. Go ahead. It was asked, but I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Did you look at his hand at that time to ascertain whether or not it was in fact a burn mark?
I did not physically. I don't look at his hand. I remember in the car, asked him, "Did you burn your hands?" He said no. That was it, and that's how we left it.
Okay, so is there a reason why in your investigation, and by the way, you've been an EMT since 1992, correct?
97 EMT.
90
Yeah.
97?
97 was EMT.
Okay, so 1997, you've been an EMT since then. What does EMT stand for?
Emergency medical technician.
So you're trained in recognizing injuries and treating them.
Objection.
Tell me.
What is the relevance of this?
I'm not really sure where you're going. He's saying it's not a burn mark and he didn't look at the hand. So trying to establish a foundation for him being an EMT to know what's on his hand when he says he didn't see it, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to sustain the objection.
Sir, you indicated that you were sitting in the car with him. He says he didn't really hit it, and you didn't really inspect it. But is there a reason why, if this is an important factor as to whether or not a fire could be potentially set, and you're trying to figure out what's happening, why you wouldn't just inspect his hand as a trained EMT?
I was not inspecting that fire as an incendiary fire or as a suspicious fire. All I know is I was collecting data, and I know there was fire on the outside of the house. I know that there was a gas can next to the house, next to the garage, which is not uncommon. A burnt tip on the gas can is also not uncommon. And I can't, all I know is there was two areas that looked like there were fire. One is obvious.
Okay. So your testimony then is that you were there just to collect data. You had no idea that you were dealing with any suspicious fire or intentionally set fire or anything like that.
I did not start to test any hypothesis at that point. Because I didn't do the investigation.
So, if you're not investigating a suspicious fire, is there a reason why, when you're speaking to the other officers on scene, you say, who was running around with the gas can? The father? Why did you say that then?
I don't remember saying that.
You don't remember saying that? Yes, sir. I know it is. Thank you. So I'm going to approach you with what's been marked for identification as D103. This is a transcript of when you were on scene. There are officers wearing body-worn cameras, correct? Yes. And when the officers are wearing body-worn cameras, you understand that means that they're recording what's happening.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. And during the course of you being on scene, you spoke to a variety of officers that were uniformed. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a transcript of one of the body-worn camera recordings. And as you can see, there's a legend on the front. And FMF stands for Fire Marshal Flanigan. That's you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to direct your attention to this page here, and specifically line 9. And if you want to just read that and then look up.
Sure. Yeah. How old are the kids? Who was running
No,
around?
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Read it to yourself
I'm sorry.
and then look
I
up.
apologize. Okay.
Okay. So does that refresh your recollection as to why you said, who's running around with the gas can? The father?
I don't recall that at all.
You don't recall saying that?
No.
Okay.
I said it obviously, but I don't recall. I don't know why I would say it.
Whose body-worn camera was that, just so we're clear?
I think it's Marino's.
Marinos, thank you.
It ends in 734.
Okay, thank you.
So, I think did you just say that you're not sure why you made that remark about the father running around with the gas can?
I don't understand what the context was during that conversation.
Okay. Well, let's break it. There's a gas can, right? You took photos of it.
I did.
Correct?
I did.
And when you took photos, one of the things that you took a photo of was the gas can,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And that's because it was, in some fashion, significant to your investigation, right?
It was mentioned, and I documented it.
You document, well, you're not documenting random things, right? You're documenting the things that are relevant to your investigation and why you are there, correct?
What I'm being told, I'm documenting, yes. And what I see, I'm documenting.
Being told by whom?
By the police officer.
By the police officers. Okay. So the police officers are telling you what's important to document, and you're documenting them.
They're not saying what's important to document. They're just telling me that these items are there, and I should look at them.
Okay. And are you surmising that what they're telling you is important, or what they're telling you to document, it's because it's important to them?
Could be. Yeah. That happens all the time.
Right. So they tell you to take a photo of the gas
They
can.
did not tell me to take a photo of the gas can.
No, you wanted to take a photo of the gas can?
I took a photo. I documented what was on that side of the house.
Okay. And you actually took several photos of the gas can, correct?
I believe I took two. One was lying on its side outside the garage, and one was standing up inside the garage.
Okay. And when you took those photos, I have them. I'm just going to publish these. If the state has no objection.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's the first photo. Oh, and I'm sorry, this is D1-72. So this is the first photograph of the gas can you took, correct?
Yes.
And it's a smaller gas can, right?
Yep.
With, and it shows the nozzle, which is, maybe it's difficult to see in this photograph, but you acknowledge that it's burnt, correct?
Melted.
Melted because it's burnt, or melted for some other reason?
Melted because it was hot at some point, and the plastic melted. I have no idea how it was melted.
And this is another photograph that you took of the gas can. This is the one you met, and I'm sorry, this is D1-73, and this is the photograph that you took inside of the garage, correct?
Yes.
So you moved the gas can from where it was outside of the garage, and then you put it in the garage, correct?
I don't remember moving it, but it was moved. I will attest to that. I don't know if I did it or somebody else did.
You don't recall who moved it?
I do not.
Okay. And then here's where the area was where that small fire was, correct?
Yes.
And then I'm going to show you what's been marked as D1-75. And this is another photo of the gas can in the garage from a different angle, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is, can we agree this is the third photograph that you took?
Yes.
And then I'm going to show you what's been marked as D1-74. And this is the fourth photograph that you took of the gas can from another angle in the garage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, if no one told you to take a photograph of this gas can, and to be clear, this is the same gas can in all four photos, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And no one told you to take a photo of the gas can, you decided that you wanted to because it was part of your investigation.
Yep.
Okay. And when you say, so who's running around with the gas can, the father, asking, so who started this fire? Mr. Paul Caneiro? Or are you, that's what you're asking?
I could have easily been asking a question of a comment. So somebody could have said something to me, and maybe I asked them to just repeat what they said. I don't remember why I would ask that question or why they would tell me that question. I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember it, but you saw the transcript, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not repeating what the person before you said, correct?
I don't know if I was.
He answered the question. He answered the question by sustaining the objection as asked and answered. That he's given you what he knows.
Sir, you said that question on your own volition.
I asked that question. No one forced me to
He's
ask.
asked and answered this question to the best of his knowledge. Move on, counsel.
Based on that, is it your testimony today that you were not investigating an intentional fire? You were just there to collect data? That's your testimony?
I was not there to investigate a suspicious fire.
And based on that comment, you weren't suspecting Mr. Paul Caneiro?
I was in no way making him suspicious. He wasn't suspicious of anything at all.
Okay, that comment was just...
Somebody must have said something, and I probably said, hey, who did what? What are you saying? Like that, something like that.
Sir, you said that in response to a discussion about who was home.
And I told you, please come up here. So I'm sustaining to the objection to that specific question. You can ask another question. Go ahead.
At the time that you were there, you were relying on the NFPA 921, which is what you had indicated, right?
Every incident, we use that as a guide.
Okay. And so again, we talked about the indicators of incendiary fires.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you had those in mind at the time that you were investigating this case?
Did I have all the points from the book in my head? No, that's
You
not.
had-
I was not investigating an incendiary fire, so it wasn't even on my mind.
Okay, so then you, being the fire marshal called to the scene, talking to all of the officers and everyone else who's on scene, and them showing you all of these items by the garage and insisting that you look at them and that you're taking photos of, at no point were you investigating an incendiary or intentionally set fire. Objection.
Sustained. You added facts into that question that were not testified to. So, sustained. You can ask the question differently.
You were called to the scene on November 20th, correct?
Yes,
When you get to the scene, you're doing an exterior examination, correct?
yes,
And an officer wants you to look by the garage area, correct?
yes,
And at first you don't, because you're looking at other areas of the house, correct?
yes,
And you testified it was something about a gas can, right? That's what
Yes.
he originally told you.
yes, ma'am.
And eventually, you make your way to the garage, and now you're being shown the items,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
And it was correct me if I'm wrong, on direct testimony, you said they were asking you to come again to the garage area, and you said, okay, well, that was my last stop anyway, I was about to be there.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was 2 times that they were asking you to come to the garage area to see what was there.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you got there, they showed you the gas can, correct?
Yes.
And at some point, you took 4 photos of it, different angles.
Yes, ma'am.
And then they showed you the smudge mark on the car, correct?
Yes.
And you had multiple discussions with multiple officers, and you mentioned that there was the caution tape, correct?
Yes.
And then you indicated that you went and you asked Mr. Caneiro some questions
Yes.
at some point.
Yes.
Twice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you wanted to ask him specifically whether he was aware of the gas can,
Yes.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you ask him whether he was aware of the gas can because that was significant to your investigation?
There was a documented gas can by the garage, and like any other thing I would ask him, because there was so much interest in this gas can, I said, are you aware that there's a gas can by the garage? And he was not aware of a gas can.
Okay. Did you ever say, you also asked him if he owned any gas cans, correct?
I did.
Okay, and is that because you wanted to see if maybe that gas can was his or not?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you wanted to know if that gas can was his or not, and then did you show him the gas can and say, hey, is this yours?
No.
Okay, so that would have been one way to find out if it was his gas can, correct?
I asked that question because if he didn't own any gas cans and there was a gas can, that would be something that would raise a flag for me. The fact that he owned the gas can and he owned 5 or 6 of them, and by the garage door was also not something that raised a flag to me.
Okay. But the gas can was important to you because that's maybe how the fire started, right?
No.
No?
No. I didn't insinuate that at all. I have no idea how that fire started. I have no idea how the other fire started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I went past my time for the mid-morning break, didn't I? Are you gonna, I see the finger. Oh, yeah, I deserve it. All right, so I'm going to give you your mid-morning break. It's now 10:20. We'll bring you back at around 10:35 or so, maybe a few minutes after, just to make sure everyone has time to use the bathroom. Don't discuss this case. Don't do any research. We'll come right back out. All right. We will continue with the cross-examination. Ms. Massillon, whenever you're ready.
Just a couple more questions. Sir, in addition to asking Mr. Caneiro about a potential burn mark on his hand, you also asked him about a burn mark on a vehicle, correct?
I asked him about a black smudge on a vehicle.
Sir, you wrote a report in this matter, right? And you said you wrote this about a week after this happened, November
Finalized.
20th, correct?
Finalized it a week after, yes.
Meaning you actually wrote it sooner?
I could have.
Okay. And I'm going to approach you with what's been marked as S86. And I'm going to direct your attention to the last couple sentences of your report where it says, I continued to ask Paul if he was aware of a burn mark on the hood of the white vehicle parked near the garage closest to the pool. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Okay, so we can agree then that you used the words burn mark in the report that you wrote after this happened on the car, referencing the car, correct?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so when you said smudge today, and I said burn mark, I was not putting words in your mouth, was I?
No.
These are your words from your report 7 years ago, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The only other question I have, sir, when you asked Mr. Caneiro about his recount of the day, or the night, He mentioned to you that he had woken up at around 11 p.m. to take some medications. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask him what medications did you take?
You know?
Okay. So we don't know, and you don't know. It could be any medication in the world. You have no idea what medication it could be.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's all.
Redirect?
No, Judge, I have nothing further.
You can step down, sir. Thank you.